Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cauthen, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Pros Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Yeah, buddy.
New view here, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Is this a new view or is this the...
I don't know about my knees, man. Where are your shorts at, man? It's Friday.
Oh, I'm officially back at work.
Get them shorts back on.
Yeah, Greg's wife said something about my knees the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I got caught.
Oh, did she notice them on the feet?
Yeah.
Oh. So we got, okay, all right.
We're
Well,
reaching out there.
certain
man.
somebody can watch the show but won't come on the show, huh?
Yeah, there
Miss
you go.
R.E.
Yeah, we got you.
We're going to get you got Billy, we got you, young lady.
Well, we know where you live.
We know. Well, welcome it. We know where you work, too.
Yeah, that's probably a lot closer.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. It's a hop, skip, jump across the street.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody, as we get rolled. Billy, good morning, man. What's up, brother?
Oh, man, just out here living the dream.
Well, it feels like a working Friday today, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, it just feels like any other day, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Good to see y'all. Welcome in as we get rolling on a faithful Friday. We want to thank you for joining in. Many people joined us yesterday. Joined me. I was solo yesterday, but a lot of folks still hopping on, and the text messages were flying in saying, we ain't going to watch if it's just you tomorrow.
Yeah, where's Jason?
Well, they said if it's like this again tomorrow, we're done.
No.
So I said, no, Billy's back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Here we are.
Back in black.
Back in green,
Yeah.
buddy.
It's Friday. It's Friday in Huntsville.
I like those boots, man. Those Ariats.
Yeah.
That looks like a comfort sole there on the back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Real comfortable.
Yeah.
What's that brand of jean? Real comfortable jeans. And is that Levi and old homeboy, the quarterback Brett Favre? I think that was the Levi's or something.
I don't remember that.
Working man jean. Real.
Working man, just Wranglers.
It may have been Wranglers. Yeah. I think that's what it was. I don't know.
God, I remember in the 90s when the Wrangler Riatas come out.
Sounds like
everyone had them some Wrangler Riatas.
Those are men's jeans?
Yeah, they were
they
were like a dress. They were like a mixture between a slack and a jean. They were like jean material, but they were made like slacks or whatever. You had to be cool. Get you some Riatas.
534 episode number as we get rolling. Good morning to all of you. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich, Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on this Faithful Friday, could not be here without Billy Cauthen. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. It's our family serving yours since 2002. You know, when I say that phrase and I say our family, I feel like I'm part of the family. So when I say our family, I don't even work there, but I feel like I'm part of the family.
Mm-hmm. Come join the family.
So I'd like to just thank y'all for allowing me to be part of the family.
We welcome everybody.
Well, let's go back real quick to the gene thing. I wanted to get the opening knocked out.
Talk about my genes.
Well, maybe we've talked about it on the show. I mean, you know, we're 534 episodes into this, so I'm sure we've talked about everything there is under the sun. And maybe we've talked about this, but what is it with the jewels on the belts, man? Have you and I discussed this before?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, no.
You go to the rodeo and the men are wearing the jewels on the belts? Can you explain? And I'm not hating on anybody. I just want to know what's the deal with the jewels on the belts? I don't understand it. I'd like to just – see, I just wear a regular old belt, you know, just regular type. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm cool with the big belt buckle. Those are pretty awesome. That's a cool thing. But like the crusty jewels – what is up with that, man? What is that?
I don't know, and they fall off.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
You have no answer.
I guess that's what Cavendish sells. I don't know.
When did that become a fad? Was it going on when you were growing up, the jewel belts with men? Or
when I was growing up, what got popular was like the metal on them. Yeah. Not the jewels, but like the shiny pieces of metal.
That's legit right there. That's real.
I guess.
That's real. That's real, man.
Real man.
So then somewhere along the way, somebody, you know what it probably was, some cowboy's wife said, hey, we're going to throw on in this.
You talking about the belts. I want to talk about the pockets on the jeans now.
Oh, are they starting to look?
Oh, man, they got design looking like Jordache remake. You know, they got the designs on them and flaps and buttons on a men's jeans.
See, that sounds like riata. When I heard the word riata,
riata.
I'm not being a hater, but that sounds like a women's brand. I think when you said that, I thought of Shania Twain immediately. You know, I thought that's something she'd wear
look
back
here,
in the
man.
day.
I wouldn't be upset if Rocky Mountains made a comeback.
Do you remember those bad boys?
God, do I
Now,
ever.
those were okay.
Yeah, buddy.
So, well, let us know.
You could put anything in a pair of Rocky Mountains and they look beautiful.
Yeah, Billy walks in here with them. How y'all doing?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. No, sir.
Well, let us know.
I'm pretty set in my ways. Yes.
I've changed over the years, man. I went from jeans to Costco, and boy, they got some comfortable slacks over at that Costco.
Hey,
man.
let me tell you, slacks is kind of where it's at. I wore jeans pretty much every day of my life, and then got this job, and according to Mr. Smith, jeans aren't always acceptable, so I wear slacks.
I would assume there's some services y'all have worked, though, to where maybe jeans were.
We have had the family request it. We not, and we had a service one time they requested that we wear overalls.
Oh, that was cool.
That was probably one of the best days ever.
Did you get to wear long johns under them?
No.
Oh, man.
No, man.
Or nothing. My grandpa used to just wear the roundhouse. You remember it looked like a little half sausage on the logo? And
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Well, he used to wear those and no shirt under it. Just had them on, man, and he was ready to roll. That was his MO, was the roundhouse overalls, sitting on the front porch, roundhouse overalls with no shirt on over them or under them. That's the way to wear it.
I could probably get behind that.
Yeah, that needs to come back.
Yeah.
Well, let us know
I
your
could
thoughts.
get back with just sitting on the front porch hanging out,
That's the
just
problem
front
with
porch setting.
That's the problem with everything is they've quit building the front porch on houses.
They're just little bitty entryways now.
I don't like mine. I told Bridget, I said I'll never live in a house that doesn't have a big front porch. And what are we doing? I've had 2 houses now that don't have a big front porch.
Well,
so
shame on you, Mr. Hip.
Well, let us know your thoughts this morning on a couple of things. 1, the jewel belts. What are your thoughts on that? Why are they popular? And 2, your favorite brand of jeans, or what are you wearing? Do you prefer slacks? Do you prefer jeans? I've been in shorts all week because it's VBS. So I've been able to wear shorts all week. I've got a little tan going on here on the knee.
Well, I guess I was going somewhere and got sidetracked. I wore jeans forever, and then started wearing slacks, and now I rather just wear the slacks because they're so much lighter and cooler than the jeans. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm outside like working or welding or something like that, I still got my jeans on, but for day-to-day wear, it's slacks.
And you can get those slacks at Lee Barron, Sam over there at Lee Barron.
Sure
Take
can.
care of you.
Sure can.
Now, I'm a slack guy over at Costco because they're like $12. You ever go to Costco?
We used to. I wear the Haggard Cool 18 brand. I'm set in my ways.
Haggard. You old Haggard.
Hey, Jason Thompson got some, and you ask him about it if he was wearing jeans or slacks now. He'll tell you.
He's all about the slacks.
He's turning into a slack guy.
You're right about that because he'd come on the show and always had some jeans, and now every time he's here, he's a slacker.
I'm a bad influence on people.
Boy, you're great influence on people, Billy.
A great bad influence.
Great on them. Well, hey, let us know you're out there. Do us a favor this morning, like and share this broadcast as we get rolling. No guests today, just hanging out with Billy and I, and it's been such a fun week. There's so much going on in our community, and Main Street Music Series had another one last week, and I didn't know this. Is Marty Haggard, is that really Merle Haggard's brother? Have you heard about this? He's Marty Haggard, someone by the name of Marty Haggard, playing at Old Town Theater tomorrow. And I've done no research on this. I need to call Lois and ask her. But apparently, I guess it's...
There was a guy that claimed to be Charlie Pride's son came and sang at a funeral for us one time. I still have my doubts.
Let's see. Is Marty Haggard... Yeah, he's the son of him. Check that. He's the son. Marty Haggard. So Merle Haggard's son is going to be here in Huntsville on Saturday.
Is he going to pull up in a tour bus or a minivan?
That'd be cool if he'd pull in one of the Pacificas.
Yeah, with the big windshield.
Yeah. Can we bring back the ugly vans also?
Oh, man, those ugly vans were awesome.
Things were garbage. The Astro van from the Ford Astro van. Remember that thing?
Yes.
Those things were hideous.
Oh, I knew a girl in high school that had one that was a standard.
I didn't even know they made
my grandfather had one that was an automatic, but it wasn't on the column. It was like, but it was just like a big long.
I mean, those things were no. The Astro was Chevy. Was it?
Aerostar, Ford Aerostar.
Aerostar, that was it. Ford. Let's see, Aero. Yes, those things. That's all.
Yeah, look at there.
Good night. Those things were hideous.
And Larry Fazaro had this Chevy Astro van when I was in Scouts.
Oh, dude, look at that thing. It
looks like a fish. Like you caught some funky saltwater fish.
It does. You're right. It does. Look at that thing on the front of it.
Yeah.
Let me try to show. I know there's people listening this morning on the Spirit Radio FM app. I mean, this is right up there with the Brut.
Yeah.
The Brut aftershave.
It's all ties together.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have this thing, with the Brut logo on it, to be honest. But look at that thing. Did you ever ride one of those?
Yeah.
Besides that,
my grandfather had one that exact same color.
What was the fascinating? Was this before like the minivan? This was like the intro to the minivans, right? Is that how these things got rolling?
I think so.
Good night. Yeah, my friend Chris, his mom had one of these. I remember riding in that thing, and as a kid, you don't think anything of it, but when you get older, you said, "What was Ford thinking?"
Hey, it wasn't too long ago. Me and Jacqueline got a minivan when the kids were younger. And I was like, I'll never drive a minivan. That thing's pretty cool.
All right, I'm going to do something here and see if ChatGPT will help me out this morning. So we're going to mix these two things together, and we'll come back to it in just a minute. What was your first car drive? Was the pickup truck you were telling me about when you were in high school?
No, my very first car was an 85 Chevy 3/4 ton regular cab pickup with a 454, which is, for those of y'all that don't know, is a relatively large engine with straight exhaust. So there was no sneaking away from Lois Cauthen's house. Yeah. Pretty much she could hear when I cranked it up. She could hear when I got to my destination. She could hear when I left that destination.
You'd know when this thing was rolling through.
Yeah.
Well, man, hey, a few people already joining us this morning. We'll go ahead and give some shout-outs here. Autumn Wheaton said it's finally Friday. Thank goodness for that. But, it's one of those deals
for you people that get the weekends off, it's finally Friday.
We're not hating on you, Autumn.
We're not hating. We're jealous is what it is.
It's pure jealousy is what it is. Jennifer Augustinetti, it's a fabulous Friday. Good to hear from you, saying have a blessed weekend. How about, who I miss eating with? We haven't had it in a while. We won't be able to have it today either. I guess we'll maybe try to get it back next week, the lunch bunch. Mm-hmm. But I really miss eating with Richard and Linda.
I had dinner with them last Monday.
I'm jealous.
Or Tuesday.
Tuesday. Let me do a reenactment real quick. I had dinner with them last Monday. Good for you.
Yeah.
Must be nice, buddy.
It was.
What'd y'all eat?
Well, they were at a scholarship meal, and James was getting a scholarship. So we got to hang out and talk, which was nice because I always enjoy catching up with them.
Yeah, they're wonderful folks. Linda saying good
morning.
morning.
I just love me some Miss Linda.
Shaping up to be an awesome day. Sure is, Linda. Thank you for that. Jamie Saucier joining us this morning. He's talking about the clothing. He said Wranglers and Liberty overalls. I don't know the Liberty overalls.
Liberty just says Liberty.
That's it.
Yep.
I don't know them.
I might have a pair. I'll send you a picture of the logo.
You remember Dickies?
Yeah.
Those things were the cheapest things you could buy at Walmart back in the day. You could get the overalls, the pants, the whole thing. They were cheap, and then somehow they got popular, and everybody started wearing Dickies when I was in junior high and high school, and the price of those things tripled.
Well, it became very urban wear, if you know what I mean. That's good, man.
Did you see that?
I saw it.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Look at this.
Okay. Now, we're looking at this.
Look what it says on the side of it. The essence of man.
Now, I want you to look up a 1990 Ford Fiesta.
Oh, those things are garbage, too.
I get it. My sister had one, but I want to show you just like how Ford really didn't change anything.
Hey, isn't this cool, though? I mean, that looks like it's an actual... It looks like it's their sales wagon.
Yeah, I mean they could take it off the front door though. I
mean, Brut.
The essence of a man.
All right, which one did you say?
A 1990 Ford Fiesta.
1990 Ford. Who was thinking? Oh, that's like the
same front end. It's the same everything.
It's its little baby, is what it is. It's the baby of the.
Yeah.
Man, that thing's hideous too, buddy.
Oh, my sister was so proud when she got one of those.
All right, what should we wrap that thing in? Here, I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, here's what we're going to do.
And I'll never forget when my dad nicknamed that little car that she had. He called it a pregnant roller skate because that's what it looked like going down the road.
All right, here we go, buddy. We'll see what this thing can do. We'll see what it can do. We'll give it a try. We'll come back in a minute. The Ford Fiesta. Let me show that. I didn't show it to the audience here. If you're on the socials this morning, you can see this. Let's see if we can get this thing to pull up here.
If you pay for the back pass or whatever.
Yeah, that's coming, by the way. Billy had a good idea. Hey, check this bad boy out. If you happen to come across one of these, they're valued up to $1,800. And boy,
for a mint condition one.
That's about the difference in.
In Crystal's, my sister, hers was like a 5-speed or something, and when she would leave our house, you could hear her downshifting going down the hill, and then you'd have to hear her go all the way back and hit first to go up the hill.
Good night. Yeah.
And she wrecked that thing. She was coming through Groveton, Texas, around the courthouse or whatever, and she fell asleep.
And wrecked it.
She hit a telephone pole.
Oh.
And it put the gear shift, and I'm so lucky that she's still here with us today after this.
Yeah.
But it put the gear shift that was normally right here, it put it in the back seat. She hit that pole so hard.
Oh,
the only thing that saved her life is that pole was kind of on the rotten side.
So it kind of flaked away instead of being pretty tough.
Yeah.
Praise God for that. You know, when you mentioned that,
she used to have a bad habit of that, getting sleepy when, I don't know if she still does or not, because I don't drive anywhere with her.
Well, you mentioned that, and, you know, I'd posted something a little bit earlier this week about a gentleman by the name of Don Piper. I don't know if you knew his story. I think I'd shared it with you.
Yeah, and I've been trying to watch it, but I have the attention span of a goldfish.
Well, when he wrecked on the Trinity Bridge in 1989, you know, he was declared dead for 90 minutes. His heart had stopped, and by the grace of God, you know, he's alive today. And he was saying that if his heart was actually beaten, he would have bled out. The medical team even said that. They said it's a miracle that this man's alive today. But he had hit that 18-wheeler, TDCJ 18-wheeler so hard head on. Well, he didn't. They hit him. He'd coming around the bend, and he was, you know, kind of in the middle of the road. They had hit so hard, I thought of him immediately when you said this about your sister and that stick shift, because the steering wheel, you know, from what I read and what he's talked about, that steering wheel went into his sternum, crushed him.
Now, is this the Trinity River Bridge that's in Riverside?
Yeah, right over there. Yeah, the old metal bridge, the Memorial Bridge. At the time, in '89, that was the only. There was no other.
Well,
bridge.
You know, it's funny you would say that. My grandfather hated that bridge with a passion.
Said it was dangerous, probably. Right?
Yeah, when he would come to visit us, he would always, if it started in the evening time, he'd come on. We got to go. because, like he says, if you get on that bridge and somebody's coming the other way and they come into your lane, you're just done. And back when he lived here in Huntsville and worked for the prison system, you had to go to Trinity County to buy beer. And he would say if you were trying to go across that bridge, those drunks would.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had a fear of that thing.
And apparently there was a big embankment, so it was hard to see over sometimes, when you're coming around the side over there. So, and you can kind of see that. I went and took a video as I was standing there, and I was looking. I said, I can see where that embankment used to be. I can understand why that would be a serious. The whole thing about Don was he was coming back from a pastor's conference, about 150 pastors from a Baptist conference they were having down in that area, and he was heading back towards Houston. And he said that it was raining, it was cold, and he said he wanted to take a better route home instead of going through a bunch of back roads. That's why he chose that route, because eventually it would connect to I-45. And he said felt that it was more safe. Never had driven that way before. And, and then the rest is history, as they say. Well, I want to go back real quick. The Ford Fiesta has came out with a new limited edition. This one's cool. There you go. Pretty cool ride there.
Right on it.
That's the new Donald Trump thumbs up. Donald Trump new limited edition Ford Fiesta for sale now. You can buy it today. They're from Ford. Just go to Ford.com/Trump Fiesta.
Take my money.
Speaking of Trump, not getting political, Billy, because we don't do that. Now, if we ever do, we always tend to rally boat. We tend to joke a little bit. Did you know Donald Trump's coming out with a telephone service, a cell phone service? Trump Organization. Well, I guess you wouldn't say Donald Trump, but the Trump Organization. They're coming out with a mobile wireless service. Just like I'm on, Cricket, and I'm on Mint Mobile. But your big carriers, T-Mobile, right? Verizon, AT&T, those are the big three. Well, they're piggybacking off all three of these towers. Guess what the price is going to be of the monthly service? This is pretty cool. The price of the Trump mobile service each month, $45.47. $45.47. Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if
it'd been cooler if he was like the 24th president.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works out. I'm on Mint Mobile. I pay literally $360 a year. I pay once a year and I'm done. I don't have to pay nothing else. I get unlimited data. My hotspot, I get 50 gigs a month now, and it's fast. I'll get 500 meg on that phone. So hit me up if you want the referral link.
Yeah, we'll refer you.
You ever been around people who they'll recommend stuff because it benefits them?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though they know deep in their heart there's a better service, but they're going to say, I'm going to get a little commission on this, so I'm going to recommend that you do this.
It's called an Amway.
So, is that thing still going?
I was signed up with it a couple years ago, so I guess.
Somebody suckered you into it?
Yeah, they sure did. God,
Boy.
They suckered me into it.
I got hit on Solvay, which was a cell phone service. I got suckered into that one. There was another one that was some sort of patch, Next Gen. It was this patch to give you energy.
Mm-hmm.
I got sucked in on that. There was another one, this like a acai berry drink that I got sucked into. And here's the deal. All three of those were people that I used to go to church with in Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
So you felt like you had to be a part of it because these were friends of yours at the church.
Oh, they're friends. They got to be pointing you in the right direction.
And it's, but then every one of those companies has failed. Every one of them has all went belly up and failed. And it's your classic pyramid scheme, basically.
And the guy on the top gets all he can carry, and he shuts it down.
Yeah, he's like, done. One that's still going that was really good, though, and I won't bash this one, Advocare. Advocare does have some good products.
Jacqueline sold Advocare. She still takes Advocare.
The Spark, probably, right? That powder stuff.
Yep. Now, but she was involved in some type of lawsuit thing or something where they actually sent us a check.
Mm-hmm.
And she was still a dealer. I can't remember because she was heavy in it. I mean, not heavy. If y'all know my wife, she's not like a salesperson, but
she's out pushing people.
No.
You need to get it now.
She had a little pistol, and if you didn't, but no, she just if you wanted, because we had family members that kept like wanting to buy our Spark, like, hey, you got it in great raspberry, da, da, da. And finally, I'm like, babe, why don't you sell them the stuff? So she signed up to be a dealer or whatever, and then. But then the same family members wanted us to give them the stuff on credit, and it just, how that works.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was a guy that was very high up in that organization, and when that lawsuit came out, I mean, it almost devastated them. It almost wiped him out, and I think he was very unfairly treated. Avocare, from everything that I saw, was a legitimate organization, and then they tried to say, well, they were scamming people and all this, and I don't believe. I just can't believe it, because I knew so many people that were involved in it, especially this guy, literally in the Dallas area. He was one of the top of the top. I mean, he had made bukus of money doing it, but he was very down-to-earth, genuine man, knew his son. His son played some football up at Notre Dame. Very, very great young family. And when that came, I just started praying for the guy. I said, man, somebody's out to get him unfairly. And I think he's rebounded. He's done okay. But when you see someone, and he poured his life into that. That's what, I mean, he's a Christian. I mean, he poured his life into the Lord first. But secondly, he poured his life into that organization and helped make it what it is.
Well, and they were legit products. Like, me and Jacqueline both, we lost a boatload of weight using their products, and she still drinks the Spark to this day.
Bridget is on, I'm so proud of I'm always proud of her regardless. She's worked hard, and I pray that my wife is treated fairly for all of her hard work. She's earned it and she deserves it. But another thing, about Bridget too is she's been trying to take, she wants to better herself. And in the process, she doesn't realize that it's benefited me. And she's been taking some things to help lose a little bit of weight. She said, hey, I just need some help with this. And I haven't started taking it. But I'll tell you what, I've been a direct recipient of it, because I've looked, Billy, and I don't even know what it is. Like last night, I told her, I said, I don't even want to eat tonight. And I've noticed, I have the graph on Google. I put in my weight every morning. And, man, that thing's been on a steady decline. So it's kind of neat. You never know. When you're going to do something for yourself, it's going to affect others.
Yep.
That's the inspiration today. What are you doing for yourself that's making a direct impact on others? Think about that.
I ask my kids that all the time. What are you going to do today to better the world?
I like that.
Yeah.
What do they tell you?
Nothing.
I'm
going to lay in this bed.
Braylon's at that age now where she tells me nothing.
Nothing.
And Cauthen is he is speaking complete. It's so cool, man. You remember this with your children. Like when they babble, it's kind of cool. But when they start speaking in complete sentences, your jaw just kind of hits the ground. Like, man, that's what my son sounds like. And his favorite thing now is stop it. And he says stop it all the time. Stop it, Daddy. Please stop. And I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I'll pick him up. Stop it, Daddy. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Oh, just wait till they get a little older and you'll regret them learning how to talk.
Well, hey, let's take a break. We've given away a couple of these this week, and got another one, a $20 gift certificate over to Cat Cafe. Elizabeth over there's got some great drink. Have you ever been over there and got some coffee and stuff? It's really good. They've got a little lemon blend over there that's really good. Her daughter whips up all sorts of, what's the word, concoctions? Is that a legitimate word?
Yeah, I'll take that as a word.
So we're going to give away $20 today, gift certificate to the Cat Cafe. And all you got to do right now, Billy, you know what the key word is this week? There it is.
Summertime.
936.
Not time, just summer.
Just summer, yeah, there ain't no time. 936-339-0139. Text that in. The word is summer along with your name to 936-339-0139. We're 30 minutes into it. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. We'll go over the weather and also a few other things happening around. Stay with us. It's your show here on a very thankful Faithful Friday.
It's Faithful Friday. We're thankful, but it's faithful.
It's Faithful Friday, brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll be
Sorry,
right
I'm
back.
trying to work from my phone here.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. This is KHSP-LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cauthen of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today. Braylon, say, this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, welcome back out as we continue on this Faithful Friday, as always brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. It is our family serving yours since 2002. Quick weather update for you. A few clouds out there right now. 80 degrees already, 94% humidity. We'll get up to the mid-90s today. How about 94, 20% chance of showers later this afternoon, lingering into the night. We're only going to get down to the mid-70s. And then rain did find its way into the forecast. Yesterday it was supposed to be sunny Saturday and Sunday, but we do have a very slight chance of showers in the afternoons, both Saturday and Sunday. Highs will be in the low 90s. Then that rain really picks back up on Monday. We've got a 40% chance of showers on Monday. Tuesday, possibly a chance of some severe weather, so make sure you stay alert on the forecast this coming up week. And by the way, there's going to be rain in the forecast all next week, and a pretty good chance of it too, 40%, lingering around 30, 40, and 50% throughout the week. So that is a quick look at your weather as we're back on it here. Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston, Memorial Funeral Home. Good to see you, brother.
Good to be synced. All right, we're not strong enough to make it on our own.
I just had to zone out. You ever just zone out while have you ever zoned out while you've been talking to a family and like you're trying to pay attention and then all of a sudden your eyes just kind of wander and you stare at the wall and your mind just goes blank? No,
I'm not really that. I mean, I have like stared at the wall just because I'm like trying to put everything together. You know, like sometimes when there's a lot going on, you kind of got to look away to grasp all that.
Rhonda told me something one day that helped me. You know, at Rotary, she said, "Rob, you're a great speaker, but you look angry whenever you talk sometimes." And she was right. I looked in the mirror and I went back and looked, and when I do announcements at church, I said, "Man, I need to start smiling," but I can't do that. Hey, how are you? I just, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I need to learn how to do it. But it's like, hey, it's good, man. It just feels forced, and I don't know how to. That's why I wish we had a Toastmasters club here in Huntsville.
Yeah, I too suffer from resting mean guy face.
Yeah, RM.
I was going to say another word, but it's not radio appropriate.
Yeah, like some. So,
yeah. You know, like a mule's.
Oh, well.
In a well.
You know, yesterday. Or 2 days ago, I had to get the school called. Tomorrow's Promise called. I didn't realize that I hadn't taken an extra set of clothes with Cauthen. So you already know where this is going.
Yeah.
Kind of like something happens to your tire on the highway. Well, he had one of those, except it was his diaper.
Got the same sound, too.
Yeah, same effect also, man. But they called, and I didn't want to run all the way back home. I mean, it's 30 minutes to go back to Elkins and back. And I had a lot going on, and for me, I figured it's just cheaper to go to Walmart. He needed a little new set of clothes anyway, so I just ran into Walmart. Carter's cool little cute little kid brand, and $14. I thought I did right. 24. I said, well, he's going to be 24 months next month. And so I bought the 24 month. Instead of the 2T, I made a mistake. And so it doesn't fit him. The pants are designed to be wider, and they still got that baby look to him. The 2T means between 2 and 3 years old toddler. So I goofed on that, but at least I got him some clothes. But here's where I'm going with this story. I walked into Walmart. And I checked out, and after I checked out, I blanked out. And I told the person at the door, this is scary, man. I said, and I had Braylon with me, and this is what makes it even more scary, is I told that greeter that, guys, can you start greeting again? I miss that, at the Walmart. Not just here, but any of them. They used to be so happy to see you, and now they're always on their phone.
Oh, yeah, they'd greet you when you come in. They'd tell you bye when you left.
High five you.
Yeah.
Now it's...
Give the kids a little sticker.
Yeah, don't get any of that anymore. Well, I walked out, and I did talk to the greeters, and the older gentleman that's in there is always very friendly. And I said, sir, this is scary. He goes, what's that? I said, I don't even remember walking in here. And Billy, I kid you not, I don't, and I blanked, and I did not remember walking in and buying those clothes until about 10 minutes later. And then 10 minutes later, I said, yeah, I do remember doing that now. But for that short moment, I completely blanked out, forgot everything that had happened from the moment I got out of my car until I went through the checkout line. That's scary, man. That's pretty scary. I don't know if anything like that's ever happened to you, but that was probably the scariest mind stoppage I've ever had.
I have something similar to that. Just last night, I left the meeting at the Elks Lodge, and I was talking to Jacqueline on the phone, and there were some moving pieces. Like I needed to pick something up, and sent James to do that to help me out since I was running late on. And I was talking to her, and I just smooth, instead of going home, I drove to the funeral home. You know, I had Jacqueline on the speakerphone.
You're so
in the car.
used to doing it all
I'm
the
so
time.
and I literally pulled up in the driveway of the funeral home, pulled around back, and for those of y'all that know me, I have my own little spot. It's not even a spot, but it's my spot.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm pulling up into that, I tell her, I said, babe, I just literally, talking to you, drove to the funeral home instead of I'm so used to doing that I guess I just.
You did. You know, Kay Boning over Tomorrow's Promise put that into perspective for me and gave it a name that I never really considered. She said you get on autopilot. We were talking about this a few months ago, and it's happened to me on a Saturday. You know, I love being up here at the church. I mean, I love my home. Don't get me wrong, and my family, but you know, if my family and I could spend every day up here at the church, I wouldn't mind that either, because I just love being up here at the church. It's a positive place. There's always so much going on. I love being up here. My kids love being up here too. Now, Braylon always wants to be up here. That's why she's not at school this week. She loves school too, but she wanted to be at VBS this week.
Mm-hmm.
But Kay had told me, I said, you know, one day I'm driving on a Saturday. I just drove up here to the parking lot. Same thing, talking. I said, what did I tell him? I said, I just drove to the church. I was supposed to be heading to the store and totally forgot I was going to the store. And Kay had said, once in a while, change up your route to work. So drive a different way, because it triggers your brain to think differently, and you get out of that autopilot mode.
Well, I could agree with that if there was multiple ways for me to get there.
Well, you could fly across 45, you know.
Like
just
Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah. There is you could one day you could exit where that hotel is, the Holiday Inn, then you can drive around the parking lot. See, there you go. Do you ever take that in?
Mm-hmm.
So you already do. You only have two ways, normal parking right there, and that's it.
That's it.
Maybe what you should do then is drive over to Sloshki's, do a couple of donuts in a parking lot, and then come back around on normal park there, and then that would change it up a little bit.
Yeah, it would probably get me a criminal trespass too.
Nah, it'd be all right.
I
As
think
long as
that'd be cool with
you
it.
ordered something.
Oh, hey, their pizza's really good.
The pizza's phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, a few things here real quick. Today, World Productivity Day. I don't feel like doing that.
I mean, me and Jason got some projects planned.
It's also National Hike with a Geek Day today. Who thinks of this stuff? Hey, guys.
Hey.
That would be hiking with me, man. I'm a computer geek back in the day. International Surfing Day. National Ice Cream Soda Day. Now, I could go for that.
Yeah, I could get behind that one today.
National Vanilla Milkshake Day. And it's also National American Eagle Day today. We're not talking about the brand of clothes. That's still around, American Eagle, by the way?
I guess.
Yeah, it's the actual eagle. So, summer, by the way, officially arrives tonight, 9:42 tonight. Summer is here. Spring is over. Summer here at 9:42.
How do they know it shows up at 9:42? What if it's late?
I have no idea.
It was 95 degrees yesterday. It's summer already.
Nicole Kidman, she's 58 today. We were talking about that during the break. I said, I can't believe that. How about Lionel Richie, 76? He's looked the same age, though, for 50 years.
All night long.
Still at it. And there it is. All Night Long used to be a hit song for him.
Stuck on You, the Band-Aid song. Is that on there?
It's not on there, no. But you said it's All Night Long. Now it's good night for him. He just wants to go to
man,
sleep.
I hear you. Come 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm going to bed, too.
So there you go. Ice Cream Soda Day. I'm wondering, does Sonic ever participate in any of this stuff where you can go get like a free ice cream or any of these kind of deals? I wish they would. Summer again. Make sure you be out there. Did you watch the Army parade? I did not. I heard it was really good. It was really neat. 250 years of the Army.
I know there were some people griping about it because they thought it was a waste of money or whatever.
Well, there's plenty of things that waste money. I think that's an inspirational thing. Little children see that and they say, you know what? I'm proud of my country. I don't think it's a waste of money at all. Just like we need to get back to the moon, quit dragging our feet and go. We need to inspire the next generation. Well, a truck carrying one of those M1 Abrams tanks that participated in the parade in honor of the service's 250th birthday struck and killed a woman in Washington. Pretty tragic news after that event. The accident occurred on Tuesday, 2 days after the parade. It was on New York Avenue while a contract truck driver was hauling the tank on the West Potomac. So pretty sad news that happened.
Well, and there's got to be two sides of that story. You know, I'm not making light of anything.
Well, I didn't read. You know, they wanted to title it something in this information. They started planning all this 2 or 3 years ago. They're trying to say that this was Donald Trump's event. No, it wasn't. This was in the works several years ago. So,
well, when you the boss, you get blamed for everything.
Here, check this out real quick. A Central Texas woman facing a stalking charge She's been ordered to stay away from her ex-boyfriend after authorities say she married him without his consent and then left a copy of the marriage certificate at his home. And of course, he called it off and she went ahead with it. How is that even possible? You forge a bunch of stuff?
I read a little something on that the other night, but
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Cheerios, General Mills, you know about these guys. They're announcing the end of 3 flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Honey Nut Cheerios Medley Mix, the Crunch, they're getting rid of that. Chocolate Peanut Butter Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios Minis. They're getting rid of all those.
How do you make a mini? Pretty small to start with.
Yeah, smaller circles, I guess. I've got turned on to the strawberry Cheerios. I eat those like crazy. They're strawberry flavored. They're really good. Capri Sun having fun. They've come out with a special item. It's a solstice patch. The 15-inch pouches and 20-inch pouches of juice. They're such a hit. They're sold out. Did you ever drink those?
Oh, yeah. I'd drink one right now if I had one.
Those are good.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you ever hear about what happened to them, though? And I don't know if it was fake internet stuff or not, but
talking about the mold in them or whatever, and how they started putting a clear bottom on so you can see. I don't. You know, that goes back to that whole time that the crystal clear Pepsi had a syringe in the can, and then you know that was a big deal forever. Then later it was discovered it was a diabetic that put their needle in an empty can when it was over to keep anybody from getting poked. It just people be lying.
Miss Wilford Brimley is who it was.
Was it? Well, because he got his stuff from Liberty Dallas or whatever.
Honda is getting into the rocket game now, too. Honda, you know, they're a car maker, of course. They do little small engines, lawnmowers. Now they're getting into the rocket game. They have tested a reusable rocket prototype on the northern Japanese island of Hokkaido this week. 20 foot tall, flew to an altitude of nearly 1,000 feet, then flew for nearly 1 minute before landing within 14 inches of its target. Honda's in everything. Have you seen those little dogs, the robotic dogs? They came out with those, too.
Honda, you know, I'm a big American-made type of guy, but Honda's pretty. Especially their small engines and pretty good stuff.
Should have bought a Honda, but I bought a Kia.
Yeah.
A couple of other things here that I wanted to read. I had a couple of stories that, you know, I was scrolling. I was telling you during the break that I don't ever go through this a lot. And so I started looking at some of this, and I wanted to read 2 of them. One of them I know about because I think it was my sister told me about this one.
Oh, man, look at there.
But this first one here, this was a couple that flew 14 hours to a wedding that they weren't invited to. This almost sounds like, what's that movie, The Wedding Crashers?
Mm-hmm.
A woman and her then boyfriend. What happened? It said then boyfriend.
Maybe they got married since then.
Something happened. Flew 14 hours from Frankfurt to Buenos Aires for a wedding they weren't even invited to. They spent the entire trip dodging the actual guests. Yasmin Sarli, she's 31, her boyfriend David. You see how it's written like David, 36, thought they were invited to a friend's small destination wedding in Argentina. They had received a save the date text but never got the formal invite. David, brimming with confidence, booked flights and a room at the same resort as the other guests, all without checking the details. As the trip neared, no group chat schedules, nothing ever arrived. The couple realized they weren't on the guest list. It's too late to cancel and lose their money. They turned it into a secret getaway. But instead of relaxing, they spent 6 days in stealth mode. They avoided the pool when others were there, disguising themselves with odd outfits, eating at off hours to avoid being spotted. Sarli called it Mission Avoid the Wedding Guest and likened it to starring in their own spy movie. The couple eventually broke up after the trip. But Sarli says they never told anyone at the wedding, that is, until she posted the story on TikTok, where it has now gone viral.
I don't think I'd have went through any great lengths to avoid the people. I'd have just lived my life. And
I would have told them straight up what happened.
I mean, you sent me a save the date, then you didn't send me an invitation.
I would have told them what happened. I would have tried to be friends with them. You never know what that's going to end up doing.
I saved the date.
Just talk to people. Have fun with it.
Yeah, communication is key.
My brother-in-law Blake, we went on a couple of cruises together. You know, Bridget and I and him and some friends, and it's always a blast. Well, Blake loves to talk to everybody. And Blake's making great money now, and it was because of a guy that he met on the cruise from a company that puts in Ballards at H-E-B and other grocery stores. And they said, we need somebody, and you're from Central Texas, right? He goes, yeah, we need somebody in that area. And Blake has worked his way up, and now Blake is in charge of all of these whenever and bumpers for the little things that you don't think about when you go into HEB. Your shopping carts, they put bumpers in front of the coolers.
Yeah.
That's what he does. That's the company and he goes in and designs those, and he's the one who puts them in. Has a crew that goes out and puts them in. Makes incredible money doing that. It's all because he started talking to a guy on the cruise ship. Just open up your mouth. You never know what's going to happen. I think it was my sister.
I normally open mine and put my foot in it.
I think my sister told me, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if you've heard about this one, but there's a woman pumping gas in Missouri. Tragic story, by the way, but one of these weird kind of things that happens. She was pumping gas in Missouri. She has died after being run over by her own truck.
Oh, wow.
The Kansas City Police Department says an unidentified patron at a fast stop in Kansas City was filling up her Ford F-150 on Sunday afternoon when, quote, for unknown reasons, her vehicle started rolling backwards out of its parking spot. This was according to the local TV station there. According to a preliminary report cited by the TV station, the woman tried to jump back into the green pickup via the passenger side as it was rolling. But instead, she fell and ran over. The victim pronounced deceased right away.
I need to see some footage of that because I happen to know a couple things about Ford F-150s.
My sister said the same thing. Talk about what you're talking about because it didn't make sense to me either.
You fuel them on the driver's side, and it was in a parking spot and then rolled backwards.
What did it? I guess she was filling up of it. Well, it was there at the pump.
Okay, so there's just some stuff not making sense. Why are you on the passenger side?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what could have now here's something though, Billy.
She could have been over there cleaning stuff out.
Yes.
I do that. My trash stays in the car till I get to the gas station.
Do you leave your vehicle running when you fill it up?
For legal purposes, I'm going to say no. I do not.
Is it legally you're supposed to have that thing
They
turned
want
off?
you to turn it off, man, because it's a
do
combustion engine, and But there is sometimes that yes, I do leave my engine running.
I never turn it off. Never have. I like to keep it cool in the truck.
That would be one of the reasons. Or winter time when it's 30 below.
Oh, when I was in Fargo, man, I never did. No, there ain't no way.
I start that pump, then jump back in the
car.
100,000%.
Up there when the wind was blowing is 35, 50 below, man. No way, man. Well, that's all I've got on this news here, Billy. I just thought that was kind of a couple of really strange things that was going on there. I know summer's right around the corner. Do you ever get to take I know that you work all the time, man. You had a week off last week, but you still had a lot going on. Is there any kind of like family traditions or anything that you guys do for the summer?
Well, we normally try to get down to Galveston once. That's pretty much the thing.
If you don't mind, Billy, if you're comfortable doing so, share the boat story this past week because I thought that was kind of ridiculous when we were talking before we went on the show.
Greg has a boat, and it's at a marina, and it's like in a stall, and you go down and you enter in your little code, and you go to your stall, and you put all your stuff that you want on the boat, and then you get on the boat, and you call a number, and they come with a tractor, and they hook the trailer up, and they take you to the water, and they put you in the water, and you crank your motor, and once your motor's cranked, you give them a thumbs up, they unhook you, and you're gone.
Do they fold like a towel and put it in your lap for you, too?
No, they don't do that. They don't get on the boat.
Okay.
But we went out, and we had a beautiful day with the kids on Father's Day Sunday. It was nice. We did some swimming and riding, and then we went over and had lunch at a place, and as we're coming back, the weather's starting to get bad. I'm like, oh, man, we better hurry up and get back. Well, we get back to the slip or whatever, and you have a number that you hold up, and it's where your boat is, like whatever the letter and the number of your stall is, and your trailer has those same numbers on it.
What do you do? You just hold it up in the air?
You hold it up, and then they wave at you, and the little guy jumps on a tractor, and he goes and gets your trailer and backs it in, and you put your boat on it, and he takes you back to your stall, and then you offload your people.
You yell at them, hey, I'm over here, hey. Or are they looking?
They're looking.
They're looking, okay.
They're looking. There's normally somebody sitting out on their little patio, and Mama's out there watching for you. But I pull up with the sign, and there's big lightning. Just, I'm like, oh, man, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, you're ready to get off of this thing.
Yeah, I'm an aluminum boat in the conducting waters, and, yeah, I'm ready. And the sweet young lady comes outside. She says, sir, I am so sorry. They will not let us pull your boat out of the water while it's raining or lightning or anything like that.
This is Father's Day. You're probably ready to get home.
I'm ready. I have a mechanical project that I need to get home to. I need to put my rear end in a recliner. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired. I'm a little bit sunburnt. I'm ready to go home. And for those of y'all who followed the weather on Sunday, it just kept freaking raining.
Yeah.
So it turned into a very, very, very long day of trying to get that boat back where it belongs.
So you had to sit there on this boat waiting for, and you could not. I asked you earlier. I said, "Well, why could you do it yourself?" But you were in Jacqueline's car.
Yeah, I was in her car, so
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you had to sit out here on the. I wonder if they would be liable at that point if
know.
lightning would have hit the boat.
I don't know.
Who would be at fault? Because how do you get off of it?
I mean, that you could dock. You could dock the boat, and like tie up at their little dock or whatever. But I don't leave the boat unattended.
Do they have the area on these boats where they have the little gas station that you can just cruise into? You get out on the dock. It's like a dock station. Phil, do you ever have to do that? Is it pretty easy?
Nice, yeah.
That's cool.
It's just like filling up your car. You pull it instead of with your car, you put it in park and get out. With a boat, you tie it up and get out.
But you got to get it in there sideways. Or do you pull in?
This one you can literally just pull right up beside it and do the two little ropes and
you're ready to roll.
Put it in, man.
You a deep water guy? You don't mind jumping in the deep water, swimming and all that?
I don't mind it.
See, I'm not a deep. I don't like the water.
I like to swim in more shallow water, but I mean, if I had to jump out in deep water,
I can swim, but I can't tread water. I've never been able to tread. I can float on my back all day, but I'm just for whatever reason. 41 years old. I've admitted it before. I'm scared to death of deep water. I don't like being in deep water. And guess who has that same trait of water fear? My little boy.
Oh yeah.
We took him out to Hardin Beach. Can I just stop for a moment? Somebody said, "Oh, well, you need to go to the one in LaPorte. It's 10 minutes away from where we normally go. It's called Snyder Beach." Or say, "Oh, you need to go there. It's so nice." We went there. That's a tourist trap, man. There's people all over the place. The scenery was not that. And I'm talking about when you look out over the water, there was stuff everywhere. All rigs and all that. So scenery-wise, it was not ideal. There's picnic tables, so you feel like you're like a city park or something. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like you were at the beach. Bridget and I intentionally drove to that one because somebody said, "You got to go try this one out. It's awesome." They don't charge either. Well, everybody and their dog was at that thing.
Because they don't charge.
Yeah, and it was just in it. And I did not. I drove through it. I said, "There's no way we're getting out here." And I remember quietly, I said, "Please, Lord, let that other one be close," because I didn't know how far away we were from it. And I put it into the GPS. It said 9 minutes. I said, "Thank you, Lord." And so we went, and there was hardly anybody at the one that we normally go to. It's a little pricey, though. It's $10 per adult, and then I think $5 for children 4 and up. So we were lucky the 2 children were, under 4. But it was $20 for us to go. But we had the best day. You just go out there. And this one at LaPorte, no canopies allowed. If I'm going to go to the beach, let me bring my canopy.
When we go, we normally go to the Galveston Island State Park. I don't mind paying $5 a person or whatever it is, or $5.
Would your annual pass get you into that one then, I guess, if it's a state park?
I believe so.
Huh.
I mean, we used to have that. We don't have it anymore. But, yeah, no, that's where we go because, they're a little more, regulated, I guess. Things are cleaner. There's people out there actually cleaning and doing things. And, again, it's a pay park, so I'm not trying to be mean. Your riffle-raff ain't going to pay to go to that park.
Yeah.
So whenever we go out there, we normally have our little section to ourselves.
I mean, you go to some of them, people are just partying and boozing it up, and it's and loud, and I get what you're saying, man. Well,
I'm out there to enjoy the day, not enjoy your music and your beer bottles and all that other stuff.
Yeah, if you want to do that, quiet it down.
There's party beaches, and go to a party beach, but I'm trying to go to a family beach.
Are you allowed to bring the canopies and stuff at that one at Galveston?
I don't know because I never do. Well, now, I know in the campsites you can have canopies and all that. So,
well, man, this one,
because we've camped there before.
But the Hardin, they don't care as long as you pick up after yourself. And I brought the canopy. I put it down. If you bring a canopy, can you please weight them down? Just common courtesy for other people.
Oh yeah, don't let it fly away.
Put some weights on. I learned that the hard way a few years ago. I'll never take a canopy now. But Billy, we went, and here's what's neat. I went to Walmart and bought for Raise a Hope. I bought a $35 little small propane grill, little tabletop. And man, we went out there, Billy. We put up that canopy, a table. I was grilling hot dogs, hamburgers right there on the beach, man. It was some guy walks by and goes, "That's the way to do it, man." I said, "Yeah, this is cool. We were just right there having a good time."
Ooh, I did some grilling on the beach one time when it was real windy and learned my lesson.
What did you do?
Got sand in everything.
Oh, yeah. you had to
got
crunch.
that crunch, yeah, man.
Well, Billy, I think that'll about do it, man. I know you got to get rolling. We got VBS. Our rally starts here in a few minutes, so I got to get over down to the sanctuary for that. But anything else going on at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home? I know we're here talking about a lot, but I wanted to make sure we plug the funeral home again and maybe something that's on your mind. Invite families over to come take care of stuff.
Yeah, why don't you just come by, tour the facility, let us show you around, let us show you why we could be the best choice for you. And I met with a family the other day, a really awesome family, and they already had a life insurance policy, and they just were trying to pick a funeral home, and man, we had a great time. I think they're going to become close friends of ours, and so just come in and hang out for a minute, have a cup of coffee or a bottle of water, whatever, and just come see why my family's the best choice for your family.
Oh, I like that's a new slogan.
Sure.
I like that. There it is.
Please give us the opportunity to earn your business.
Well, you think about like a funeral home, you kind of think, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I'm just saying in general, nobody wants to go to a funeral home, just like nobody wants to go to a dump, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Good stuff coming.
There's one in Creedmoor, Texas. Texas disposal system, the Gregory brothers started in the 70s. They invite people every day. They have a bus that will come pick up a group. They will take you to their dump. And they have that thing so nice and clean that you'd never think that you were at a dump. And they have what they do is when they cap those things off, when they put the dirt back over, they put exotic livestock on top of it. So they got giraffes out there, rhinoceros. They got all sorts of stuff. They'll feed you. They have a huge pavilion. You can host events out there. It's a beautiful facility. And I thought about when you were talking about, well, come on over to the funeral. It's the same thing. What y'all have over there is so beautiful that it's a place that you would normally say, well, I don't want to go over to the funeral home. But at y'all's funeral home, you want to be over there because it's comfortable, it's relaxing, and it's nice, and it feels good.
If you've never been in our community room, you owe it to yourself. Because people all the time, I meet with them, and they're like, well, we want to do this after the service. Well, let me show you this. And I take them over there, and I flip those lights on. And when those lights, when they kick on, I can turn around and watch the people's face and be like, oh, my God. This is beautiful. I didn't know that y'all had this. And I had to explain, well, this used to be the whatever. And, it's an investment in our community. We thought this would be the best way to get back, yada, yada, yada. So.
What was it called? A portache?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Portache.
I never knew that until I met you, buddy.
Yeah.
You taught me.
It's carport.
Yeah, it's carport.
That's where the carport used to be.
Sophisticated. It's kind of like David.
It's a portache.
David is portache. It's okay. No credit. Don't swear it.
Yeah, don't try to do talk to text portache in your phone. It won't come out right. It's like trying to say Corsicana and talk to text. It won't.
It doesn't do it.
No.
Oh, man. Well, Huntsville, we love you.
Canada.
Yeah. Don't do it, man.
Don't do it.
Huntsville, we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us this week. It's been a fun week. We're going to be at it next week. More guests lined up. Don't forget Chamber Clay Classic. That's already underway today. I wish I could get out there to that, but they've already had their safety training. They're underway, man, over at Abel's today. So I hope that event goes well. And I hope all of you have a very wonderful and a very, very blessed weekend. Happy summer.
Absolutely.
It's coming in tonight.
At 9:40.
9:42.
Don't be at 9:43. Be at 9:42.
It's going to arrive then. Hey, more information, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Get your pre-planning done. Go online, shmfh.com for more information.
It's the initials of the funeral home. It's not a secret code.
Could be.
Could be.
That'll wrap it up. We'll see you back Monday as I end every show, Billy, reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time. And by the way, I'll call the winner after the show. We just got to get rolling. Had several of you text in, so we'll call one of y'all after the show. Until then, God bless you. Have a very wonderful and blessed weekend, and we'll see you next time. Billy, appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
See y'all.